Hi, I'm Richie Carlton. I'm here today with
Christian Olson.
Christian is part of our coaching team. In fact, you're the coaching services manager, right?
Yes.
And so we're discussing New Year's resolutions. And so Christian doesn't even have a clue what we're doing today, but we were thinking about the idea that a lot of people have been dragging out things they need to do in FileMaker. They've been putting it off. They've been procrastinating would be the word. And with the economy being what it is, things are really kind of moving along, and you're going to find your business kind of upside down in terms of your data system not supporting what you need to do. So we needed a New Year's resolution, which would be getting yourself a coach. A FileMaker Coach is very inexpensive.
Absolutely. And one of the things we talk about at RCC is something called tech debt. So one of my New Year's resolutions is always like, how much debt can I get out from under? And one of those things is if your company is prolonging putting off certain buildups, you're accumulating that debt. And what's nice with the coach is they're half the price of an engineer like myself or other seniors. And so you can reduce that debt, if you will, at a highly reduced cost.
Technical debt, and that's a really important concept. We talk about that in our book. But technical debt is where you need something, but you put it off. And so then as a result, the team or your office has to do things harder and slower. And you keep putting it off and putting it off. And so you build more and more technical debt until it becomes unmanageable. It's like having a credit card that you don't pay down on, right?
Yeah.
It's not something we invented, although I'd love to take credit for it. It's a great idea. When we do it here, like the other day, someone said, hey, can we do something? I said, let's just put that off a couple months. And of course, then I was taking out my technical credit card and I was going shink. And so it goes on there. It's like when they say the old term, you heard the term is the chickens come home to roost or whatever.
Yes.
It's a fancy way of saying that bad things are coming for you.
So I would get ahead of it at the start of the year, see if one of our coaches can't come in, help you to add those things that you've been wanting to add to your database, and also see if there aren't old things in there that maybe need a little bit of improvement and get ahead of the curve on that.
And so, of course, this is a follow-on video to the video last week, which was about FileMaker causing mayhem and chaos in your organization. And mayhem and chaos is, once again, we didn't talk about technical debt there, but that is all about having a ton of technical debt. You're in technical debt for, $100,000 of technical debt, right? I mean, if you had a $100,000 credit card that you'd run up, for most people, that would be a major problem.
Yeah, for a lot of my customers, they'll come to me and go, hey, Christian, I really wish that my database could just do X, Y, and Z. And that shouldn't be too difficult to add. But then I go and look at their database and realize that like a car, they didn't do maintenance for 10 years. And we can't add something simple to it because we have to fix the car just to get it to the point where we can add the new thing to it. So the two things go hand in hand. If you want to continue to add new things, you got to make sure that you keep your database up to date.
So one last thing on the technical debt. It was interesting. I had a conversation with a customer who we're starting to work with, and they had a really great FileMaker solution they built internally. Once again, this follows the conversation from last week. In fact, it's where that video originated from. They said, we built this solution, it's great, and we didn't know anything about FileMaker. We built it, and it worked great, and then we started rolling it out, and the company gets bigger and bigger, and now they have 200 employees, and they're going to have more employees. And the solution that Fred in accounting built is now being shared with everyone. And funny as it is, it's not really optimized for speed because Fred just built it himself and they never reinvested. So they have a script that they have to run every day that takes 25 to 26 hours to run. And if you do the math on your technical debt, that ends poorly for most people. Although if you figure out how to put 26 hours in a day, let me know. I will pay you. That would be awesome.
I'm on board with that.
I'm on board with that. So that's technical debt. And if you want to get away from it, you need to make little investments. And coaching is a great way of making little investments and making progress towards your New Year's resolution.
Absolutely. And Happy New Year's from RCC.